Pokémon Presents is right around the corner, and it will premiere live on February 27th at 6 a.m. PST. Here's what to expect and a couple of my predictions. If we take a look back on the last few Pokémon Presents, we'll note that in 2022, they started off the Presents by announcing Gen 7 coming to Pokemon Go, and they also showcased some upcoming events for Pokemon Masters 2.5 year anniversary. Pokemon Cafe remixes here with Shiny Piplup, and Unite announces new Pokemon joining the roster. Then it went into the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl free update, which included the Shaman event, followed by the Daybreak update coming to Legends Arceus, which included massive mass outbreaks. Both were available to download later that day. They then finished off the Presents in 2022 by giving a first look at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The next year in 2023, they start the Presents off by announcing Pokemon Worlds taking place in Yokohama, Japan. They then announce a new product called TCG Classic and a collaboration with Netflix on a show called Pokemon Concierge. Zacian gets added to Unite, Sprigatito, Quaxley, and Fuecoco join Pokemon Cafe Remix, and Pokemon Masters reveals the Neo Galar champions Hot, Beat, and Marnie for the 3.5 year anniversary. In the latter half of the Presents, they spend a good amount of time announcing Pokemon Sleep and a new device called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus, and end the Presents off with new Paradox Pokemon Iron Thorns and Walking Wake being added to Terra Ray battles, connectivity to Pokemon Go is announced, and the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC for Scarlet and Violet is revealed. So what can we see announced on this upcoming Pokemon Day? Well, let's start with things we already know about. We know that the Empire State Building will be lighting up its colors to celebrate Pokemon Horizons launch day in the US, and a Pokemon Go event will run during this time as well. To celebrate Pokemon Day, if you make an order on the Pokemon Center, you'll get a free Ceruledge promo card to promote the new anime Pokemon Horizons, as it ties into the TCG promo and the new Pokemon anime. From Pokemon Unite's Twitter, we know that Miraidon will be joining the game, and I think it's safe to say we'll get Ceruledge gameplay as well. Although Pokemon Horizons has been out in some parts of the world, it's still not out in the US. The release date for that is March 7th, but with the TCG promo and the event going on at the Empire State Building, could be grasping at straws here, but I do feel like a good part of this Presents will be focused on promoting the new anime, whether it be talking about its success in other parts of the world or its upcoming release in the US. So with that in mind, I guess we'll add Ceruledge to Pokemon Cafe Remix for the Cafe Remix segment. And while I could say that they'll add Liko and Sprigatito to Pokemon Masters, I know that the licensing with the anime gets a little bit weird, so I'll play it safe and say they're just gonna do some 4.5 anniversary stuff. So we'll probably see some new Signa Suits or Neo champions like we had last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they add a new Gen 9 character to the game. I know Iona's pretty popular, so maybe next on the list could be Larry. They'll probably announce a new event for Pokemon Sleep and have a little gift for the players, whether that be a bunch of Pokebiscuits or just a bunch of items in your gift box. Pokemon Go also just announced their new season, World of Wonders, so I think it's safe to assume we'll get a little trailer for that. I find it interesting they announced this before Presents, because that could have fit in perfectly, but they'll probably talk about it. And I'm curious to know what the event they mentioned for the Empire State Building thing is going to be, whether this is the World of Wonders or if it's something separately that will happen on Pokemon Day. For Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I think it's safe to assume they'll announce a new 7-star Terra Raid battle. If we follow the pattern they've been doing, we know next up would be Blaziken, Sceptile, or Primarina. However, for Pokemon Day, I wouldn't be surprised if we get something a little bit bigger, and if we want to continue the tie-in with the anime, a 7-star Shiny Rayquaza Terra Raid could be a thing. I know I made the prediction last year we get Rayquaza, and it didn't happen, but with the anime tie-ins, it's possible. And after that, we're really into the unknown. I don't really know what's next for Pokemon. I know that a lot of people are leaning towards Gen 5 remakes, but I personally feel like it's still a little too soon. I know that I've seen plenty of conversation talking about the Empire State Building being in New York and Unova and the tie-in there, but they did announce that this event at the Empire State Building was for Pokemon Horizons, so I can't really imagine that it has any relevance to Gen 5. So I kind of feel like this might be a skip year for Pokemon. It's just too soon for Gen 10 for sure, and it's just too soon for Gen 5. It's way too soon for Gen 10, and I really don't think we're going to be seeing Gen 5 until next year. But we know that Pokemon doesn't like to go a year without releasing a new game, so that makes us think there should be something. My go-to is always a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but it's hard to say. Either way, it's safest to assume that there will be nothing, because then if there is nothing, you're ready for that, and if there's something really cool, it's just all that much more exciting. As much as I'd love to see a giant Legends Unova game, Let's Go Johto, Pokemon Coliseum, XD Gale of Darkness remakes, I really don't think we're gonna be getting any of that. Let me know what you're expecting on Pokemon Day, and I'm also curious to know what your all-time dream announcement would be. So what do you think? Did I make this prediction video too safe, or do you think that's kind of what we're gonna be seeing? Come back after Pokemon Day and let me know how I did. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you take it easy, look after one another, take care of each other, but most importantly, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and I will see you all next time. Peace.